everyone, this is Shannon, your Melanin Movie Girl, here to bring you a new movie review on a Throwback Thursday. I am presenting SuperFly, starring Ron O'Neal and Carl Lee. Also directed by Gordon Parks and Curtis Mayfield. The movie is about a stylish Harlem drug pusher who is trying to score one big last deal before he retires from a life of crime. So pretty much the movie is, for the most part, about someone who is this guy named Priest who's actually selling drugs. And he's really tired of doing the same old thing. He feel like either eventually one day he'll get caught or he'll die. End up in jail or whatnot. So pretty much he feels like if he can score one big last deal, that'll be enough to set him up for him to be able to do whatever it is he wants to do, if he decides to do it. He really doesn't even know what he wants to do. He just knows he wants to stop doing what he's doing. His friend, however, who's his partner, played by Carl Lee, doesn't really want to be out the life because he doesn't know anything else except hustling. He doesn't feel like in their society, in their time frame, that they have any other option except hustling. Especially at the fact that both of them were felons, and it was already hard and taxing to get a job as is. So it made a lot of sense. But in the same sense, it didn't matter to Priest because he still really wanted out. And he was going to do whatever he had to do to get out. The score by Curtis Mayfield was phenomenal for SuperFly. I mean, some of the songs that was in the movie I didn't even know was on the score, but were incredible for the score. I believe that's why a lot of the black exploitation films were as good as they were, because they had so many top artists back then that was doing the score for their movies. You had Isaac Hayes for Shaft, and then you have Curtis Mayfield for this, and you had Bobby Womack for Across 110th Street. I mean, you had a lot of big artists back then, and as I said, SuperFly was no different. Awesome score. The clothes were great. Love the clothes. Priest wore some bad stuff. Even though it took place in the 70s, he still wore some nice stuff. The cars were even nice. Make sure if y'all watch the movie, take a look at Priest's car. Nice. Loved it. I'm not even a car person like that, but I really was intrigued by his car. If I would have to say, if I could say, I think out of all the movies that we continue to remake, I think we need to start remaking the black exploitation films. And I think SuperFly should be one of them. I think that they would do a really good job with SuperFly. I'm not really sure as who I would think could play Priest offhand. But I feel like in order to create SuperFly, though, they're going to need more depth to the story. They're probably going to need to have another screenplay for it. It's going to have to be a little bit more extensive than what it was, because it was kind of some gaps left into the movie. And some things that wasn't always clarified. Like if somebody died, you didn't even know if they knew that the person died or nothing. It just when it cut into the next scene, and then all of a sudden you was like, oh, okay, they lived, type of thing. So it's, stuff like that. It was just kind of a couple gaps, but not too bad. But yeah, I definitely, if I was to say, SuperFly should definitely be remade. I really think that if it is remade, I think they should keep the original score. I don't think they really should change the score. I think it should be kept with the original score. Maybe a couple added here and there, but I think they should still kind of keep the score. I think that would be real interesting. A modern day SuperFly with a Curtis Mayfield score. That'd probably be dope. But that's just me. Anywho, that pretty much sums up my movie review for SuperFly. I hope you guys actually watch the movie. It's really great. It's a good black exploitation film to watch. Please be open-minded to the whole stereotypes and look beyond it and see what people went through back then, especially the black men back then, what they went through, what they felt like they had to resort to, which was selling drugs a lot or being a pimp. So make sure when you watch it, you kind of, pretty much like I said, have an open mind about it when you watch it, so that you can understand why our parents look to these people as heroes, and SuperFly was the start. You guys have a good night. Enjoy Throwback Thursdays. I'm Shannon, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.